It's horrible that all these people's homes are burning down.
After you lose your house, I mean, it's just devastating.
Local Boy Scouts are lending multiple hands to help fire victims in need.
These boxes are called sifting boxes.
These sift boxes will help them literally sift through the ashes to find things.
This is exactly why the Boy Scouts are building the boxes, to help families salvage whatever they can in situations like this.
Look through and find small things of value, rings, pieces of a photo.
Get all the slack out of it.
With money donated by the Red Cross, the Boy Scouts make it a team effort.
The station over there they're cutting the wood and marking the wood.
Yeah.
My station is cutting the screen for the sifters.
I've been in Scouts since 1st grade.
Evan Hensley has already made 50 boxes. The work helped him earn an Eagle Scout rank, and his timely finish pairs nicely with the Boy Scouts motto, be prepared.
I turned mine in the day the fire started.
Today, he's back for more, helping strangers and possibly even some of his own.
My dad called me and told me that I needed to get my brother and sister out the door because there were fires going on. My family is going out to our farm right now to go and check and see if our house is fine.
There's a part in our oath that is to help other people at all times.
Tragedies don't have to be worldwide or anything, it can just be personal.
250 homes burned down, and it's the small things that count. It feels pretty good inside to help people out.
My boxes are going to be put to good use. I'm glad that I can help these people in any way I can.
Paramedics rush a woman to the hospital, but it's too late.
I'm hysterical right now.
Police say someone stabbed her repeatedly in front of several people at a bus station downtown.
When I heard her fall hit the floor, I saw a guy on top of her stabbing her in the neck.
I was scared to death.
She was stabbed maybe over 15 to 20 times with a knife about that wide.
Tia Bloomer died at the hospital. She was 19 years old.
That's someone's child that man just killed.
People were grouped around and everything, and some people were crying.
Witnesses say it all happened so fast.
I'm shocked.
They say there was nothing anyone could do to help.
A girl and a guy were sitting together, and the girl got up to leave, and as soon as she got up, the man started stabbing her repeatedly.
There was two guys trying to pull him off. A black guy and a white guy was trying to pull him off, and then I ran over there to try to help, and the security escorted us out.
Officers searched the suspect on scene and collected evidence.
The suspect was actually taken into custody by a security guard here at Metro Transit.
A spokesperson for Metro Transit says it has a security team at all times.
On an everyday basis that we're open, we have at least one security officer on duty, as well as a half-time police officer here throughout the day.
Police arrested Isaiah Tryon for first-degree murder, but witnesses say not soon enough.
People couldn't believe that something like this would happen at the bus terminal, especially when we have security.
Some say they saw too much to ever feel safe enough to return to the bus station.
I don't want to come back down here, ever.
Dita Payton, Fox 25 News.
There's vibrations, there's the shadow flicker, there's the hum, the noise you hear here right now.
That's the sound of the Canadian Hills Wind Farm.
There's 3 different noises that you hear depending on the weather, the wind speed, the direction of the wind.
Well, it's a steady hum.
Some people who live nearby describe that noise as a nuisance.
It's frustrating.
They're very quiet.
But the developer behind the wind farm, Apex Wind Energy, says the turbines sound similar to this.
The way we describe the sound from a wind turbine is basically on something that's very familiar to people, like a refrigerator.
And as the sun sets in Canadian County, lights on the turbines turn on.
Yeah, it's literally light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. You do not see the stars like you used to.
The industry is working on a number of initiatives to try and reduce the number of lights.
Kent Doherty, the development manager of Apex Wind Energy, says the lights are required by the FAA.
So they are safety lights for aircraft.
This should be a place where people can come and live in peace and quiet, and it's not with these.
Canadian County District 1 Commissioner Phil Carson says he gets a lot of complaints about the turbines from his constituents.
I think they shouldn't be next to the housing additions. They shouldn't be next to the cities.
Right now, there's no regulation over where turbines can go in unincorporated parts of Canadian County.
In our unincorporated areas, there's no planning commission, no planning committee. no zoning whatsoever.
To put a turbine on someone's property, Apex signs a lease with the landowner.
They get a royalty from the production, so it's a very fair system.
How can you make money destroying people's homes and their lives?
Tammy Huffstetler says she did not know her neighbors signed those leases until turbines started surrounding her home.
We did not know the location of them until there was a drilling crew behind our barn here.
We have 400 or 500 wind turbines in this area. People won't want to live here when they have a lot of other options.
Realtor Pam Suttles is concerned about a decrease in property values.
In most areas within ½ a mile to 2 miles, most of the studies will show that you will be from 25 to 50%, or in some cases unsellable.
There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Apex says their projects put money back into communities and end up increasing property values.
This project that we're discussing now, the Kingfisher Wind Farm, our estimates are, on an average, it would add $3.2 million over the life of the project, 20 to 25 years, into the local coffers.
There is no good thing about them in my district.
Commissioner Carson tried to create a Canadian County Planning Commission to regulate the turbines in his county, but his proposal did not pass.
They can come in here and they can do anything they want to do.
And Carson's war against wind will not stop until the turbines are out of his district.
They should be out in the countryside, up on a hill where the grass wouldn't even grow a rabbit.
Marissa.
We've tried everything I can think of to get somebody to take a look at this and see if there's something that could be done.
We're calling this couple John and Jane. They're afraid for their lives after flyers like this one started showing up nearly 2 years ago, full of personal information and even more personal attacks.
My family. It's hurt my family too.
John and Jane became more concerned when even more vulgar flyers were sent to sex offenders, advertising for sexual encounters. The sex offenders took them to the Cleveland County Sheriff, but John and Jane say investigators failed to follow up on leads.
The ironic thing is the sex offenders are more concerned about our safety than is law enforcement, and that's sad.
And the idea that they simply would just refuse to take reports and do a half-hearted investigation, candidly, the citizens of Cleveland County, they deserve better from their sheriff's office.
Fox 25 legal analyst David Slane says the multiple flyers show a pattern of harassment.
This is a circumstantial case, and it's clearly one that's going to have to go all the way to a jury.
John and Jane realize this case is complicated. They hired a forensic document examiner whose report shows the origin of the pictures used on the flyers based on watermarks. That, too, they sent to the sheriff's office.
Even though you can see it with the naked eye, we thought, well, with a forensic report, that would seal the deal, but no.
Now, John and Jane are prisoners in their own home, never knowing what could be next.
Possibly hire somebody to do us bodily harm or invade our home or whatever, but it's the next logical step in the progression that this has taken.